Welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff, and I am at Missouri Town 1855, and it's just outside of Kansas City, about 30 miles in the town of Blue Springs. And so it's a pretty cool little place. They have old buildings that have been moved here that to reenact the village of an old Missouri town. So this is Missouri Town, USA, Missouri Town 1855, and there's old buildings, there's some sheep off in the distance, but it's really cool to cam around so you can kind of see. As a kid, I came over here on field trips to kind of hear about what this, when we had Missouri history, and there's sheep there, and we would learn about Missouri State. Missouri became a state in 1821, and some of these buildings date back to the 1850s. And he's gonna get himself a drink, but you drive through this or you can walk through it. They have docents here explaining about the period times and how some of these buildings were constructed, and how they lived back in the day. So pretty cool little trek here. It's a Jackson County Park now, and Fleming Park here in Blue Springs. So if you ever get a chance, this is their garden here. If you ever get a chance, come out and take a look at this. It's pretty interesting. I'll post some other pictures of Missouri Town 1855, and maybe get the docent, the blacksmith, to kind of give us a rundown of what they did back in the day. So whatever you're doing today, get out and enjoy the great outdoors and do something that makes you smile. This is the blacksmith here at the Missouri Town 1855, and Michael said that he's making a rotisserie chicken, but it's actually probably some kind of utensil. This is the tool that they built back in the day. Down to the plate, and you wound it up like a clock. And then when you tripped it, it would just sit there going tick, 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 like that. It would rotate your turkey or your chicken right there from the middle. Well, what I'm doing here is got a little bit this bag. Got a round hole there. Slide that in. Put this skewer on. And then you put your chicken on there. And then put your whatever. And then you put the other skewer on there. Slide it down in there. Put that in the square hole. Some kids sit there and just rotate. Yeah. Keep out of trouble and off the phone.
Yeah, well, it burned up on one side. You know it would.
Well, yeah, you'd have to text with one thumb, while you sit there. things are huge.
Weber will still
This-
Weber
how-
will still suck on your hand if you let him.
How large are these?
They weigh about 2,000 pounds apiece
Yeah, they're really tall.
and really big.
Com-
Oh, yeah.
And what's the breed?
So they are milking shorthorn.
Milking shorthorns.
So these guys are steers. They're boys.
Right.
No milking happening here.
Right,
But the breed is a dairy breed.
right.
Milking shorthorns were already established and popular in the Midwest by the 1850s. So that is the breed that we choose to use for our oxen. Oxen, of course, are domestic cattle trained to work. It's a job description. You can train any breed of cattle and call them an ox, but ours are a historic breed called milking shorthorn.
Milking shorthorn. Thank you.
This building is our schoolhouse. It was built in 1860, just about. The desks and the recitation bench over on this side of the room are from a schoolhouse in Maine. That schoolhouse was built about 1830, so these desks are almost 200 years old. The main thing that students are going to be learning in the 1850s are reading, writing, and arithmetic, which is math. Other subjects like government, geography, and foreign languages would cost a little bit more. So parents are paying for students to go to school, and the average cost of a class during a term was $10 to $15. And so students were not required to go to school yet. The state of Missouri would implement compulsory education in 1905. And generally kids are going to go to school from about ages 6 to 14. If their parents could afford more, they would send them to school for longer. Any questions?
This is one of the docents here, and all of the sheep are following her. I just thought it was kind of a cute little scene. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you watch. They have buffalo here, they have longhorn steers, and they have these sheep. And it's feeding time for these guys, so they're just single file following her along the path there, so they can go down to the barn. And they close here in about an hour, so she's probably moseying them on down to their barn and their little lot that she puts them at overnight, so they're protected from the varmints here and the coyotes and different things that might prey on them. So this is at Missouri Town. They have a few animals. They used to have some horses, but they just have these sheep here now, and they have, I think, a mule, a tall mule, and they have some chickens, and they have just some basic farm animals that were raised here on Missouri farms back in the day. And these are little tree fences to keep like the deer away from the base of the tree and damaging it. So here's a little chicken coop area that's enclosed, and they got a few chickens in there. So, and a cool little built chicken coop. And we watched the blacksmith presentation, and we've been walking through some of the buildings to see how they actually have lived back in the day and how they built things. So these are the chickens that they have here at Missouri Town. They seem to be happy little chickens here in their coop and their little run. They say, you have something for us? Cute little chicken coop, little run for them. Well, look at you and your fuzzy feet. Hi there. They're like, oh, you got something for us? So the trees are budding. It looks really, really nice. And the grass is nice and green because they've had a couple rains. And actually, we had a little bit of rain last night. So slight breeze, but really beautiful day to enjoy Missouri Town 1855. So whatever you're doing today, get out and enjoy the great outdoors and do something that makes you smile.